Today I'd like to teach you how to make some foil that goes around stained glass that allows you to solder when you're all finished putting all the pieces together. Let's begin. Take a piece of glass, make sure it's really clean, and then depending on the type of glass that you use, you need to put this foil centered in the middle around the outside edge. This is really sticky right here. And you slowly go around the outside edge, making sure that the glass is centered at all times. And you press gently so that you make good contact with the glass as you go. I'm using a foil dispenser. Looks something like this, okay? And this foil dispenser keeps the foil so it doesn't get all crimped when it uncurls because it's circular, on a circular drum type of thing. And it also puts a little tension on the foil. So it's a really wonderful piece of equipment. I'll back this up a little bit so you can see. It's a great piece of equipment to have in your arsenal. Another good tip I can give you is to get a pair of scissors with a string on it. That string can go around the around your neck, and you will have excuse me, you'll have scissors handy right at your fingertips. When you get all the way around, you can see here I've got a start. I started past a corner. You want to go past where you started and a little bit further. You want to overlap. And if you can do that on a corner, that's the best. You're really securing the foil when you do that. I took my fingers, and the last part of this, I just ran my fingers like that and pushed it down. Now I'm going to take a burnisher. This is a very handy device, and I like it for two reasons. One, this point is going to burnish or press down this foil around the glass, and this will crimp the glass over the edge. Let me show you what I mean. If I take this burnisher, or press it down, and then I slide it through this little groove, you can see that groove right there, right? Slide it through from the middle to the outside edge, middle to the outside edge, and then burnish it down a little bit. Make sure it's secure. Move on to the next area. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Front. The center out to crimp it. Turn it around. Burnish, burnish, burnish. If you do this correctly, your piece should last for about 100 years. The glue is strong enough, and your technique that you use is so important for your glass to be securely adhered with copper foil. All right, so now we've gotten all around the outside edge. If you can see right here, there is, there we go. There's this corner here is all kind of stick it up. So what we want to do is take your nail or take some type of device, and I want you to crimp that down and fold that over. So I'll do it again. So crimp this part down right there and fold it over so that it's flat. Now you can take this rolly part and go over all of the foil. And here's the thing. This is one continuous piece of copper foil. If you goof this up, you probably are going to want to take it all off and do it again if you goof it up. I'm going to go back one more time after I've done the rolly on the surface. Make sure that you're not at an angle. You want this to be flat on the glass and roll. Then I'm going to take this pointy end one more time and just make sure this is really secure. Go around the whole thing, flip it, do it again. That piece is ready to go. That's going to last at least 100 years. And at 100 years, I don't care. I won't be here. Somebody else can take care of this. Get your next piece, glass. I'm going to do it one more time. And if you're using clear glass, transparent glass like this is, or actually any of the pieces that I'm doing in this goat that I'm making, you're going to want to use what's called a silver-backed copper foil. The silver acts like a mirror and it reflects the light back into the glass, so you get a true color. If I were to use a copper, let me show you what that looks like. Oh, don't have that. This one's copper. This is copper foil that's copper on both sides. You can see the difference. This is silver. This is copper. They're the same material. One is just coated with a silver product to make it so that it is reflective. It's been around for about 10-15 years and I love this product. They used to have a black backed, and that's what people used for years until this silver came out. I'm not a big fan of the black backed because it deadens the color. It's not reflective like the silver is. So my suggestion is don't use copper foil on transparent glass, but use it always on use silver backed on transparent glass. You can use the silver backed on opalescent or opaque glass that you can't see through. So you cut off. I started here. Started right here. I'm going around the outside edge. I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to press down and smooth it so they match, the sides match. Take my burnisher, burnish, press it down, burnish, press it down, burnish, press it down, burnish, press it down, burnish, press it down. Lay it down on the table. Make sure that your roller is flat. You're still burnishing. Flip it, do the same thing. And the last step is to take the point again and roll it down. Now there's two different styles of burnishers. And the one that I'm using is my favorite. I've got many of them and I use them. The other style is this type, and it has a flathead on it. And it works just as fine. I don't mind this one. The roller is the same, and I just prefer this. It's ergonomically better for me than this one. So you choose. Here's the pattern that I'm using.